To survive and thrive as a capital project leader, stakeholder, or advisor, you need to be looking at your data not only from a backwards facing variance standpoint, but a go forward redistribution required to meet the plan. This is the same data. Here you can see you're 10% behind the plan. Using this same data and structure, you now understand that you would need to 1.5x your current pace just to meet the plan. This is an entirely different discussion. To help facilitate this paradigm shift, we've created this free, easy to use, and entirely secure web application. All the data stays in your browser. Nothing is stored. It goes away as soon as you reset the chart or close your browser. And it can be found at goforward.dayonemodel.com. We've made this available to give you a quick first step into redistribution, giving you a taste of what your data could look like on a go-forward basis inside of Day One Model. All you have to do is load your project data, execute the redistribution, and you can see instantly what's required to meet the plan. This is not the sophisticated algorithms of Day One Model. Day One Model lets you slide out the completion date, do rapid forecasting, different scenarios instantly, different risks in the future. What we're doing here is taking the remaining plan period bars, summing those up, comparing them to what's remaining on your project, and if the sum of these bars is less than what's remaining, we're simply taking that delta and distributing it equally across each of the remaining periods. It's a quick and dirty way to leverage this existing profile to give you that forward-looking redistribution. You can also take data tables and convert this data into a forward-looking view, contextualized with your plan, which you must do if you're going to stay on top of your project. If you find value in this forward-looking framework, simply put your email in here and ourselves or one of our partners will reach out to you and discuss whether your project's a fit. We can convert a resource-loaded schedule, data tables, charts, spreadsheets, pictures and stuff written on napkins, whatever you have, into the Day One Model and create that holistic go-forward view that we've seen change so many projects for the better to make high-quality commercial and execution level decisions. Now let's walk through step by step how this actually works. So here's your chart. You need to have a status date and your planned completion date. July 31st, 2026 is a relative planned completion date on this chart. And here you can see we've replicated the period actuals and the period plan bars here. You don't see a budget. This is common. And with a lot of project data, you always have to triangulate. It's hardly ever given to you on a silver platter. But here you can see the earned per period and what that earned gave you in percentages. So you can extrapolate that you have roughly 310,000 lineal feet of pipe on this project. You're 64% complete, and so you can say 108,682. If you just have percentages, just use a number like 10,000 as your budget and earn back those percentages. If you're 30% complete, your remainder will be 7,000 units. Now you can get not the absolute values, but that relative bow wave, which is the most important data point anyway. So now you take your remaining, you have that July 31st date, your plan date, and we start to populate the model. You already have your 6 historical back. This is a default load. Now you have your remaining budget. And this is just what you call the chart for a label. It doesn't affect the calculation. So this is lineal feet. And this is a chart title, pipe install. You can directly type it as well, but I find it easier to copy and paste the data from an Excel sheet straight into the application. And now your periods are calculated, execute redistribution. And now you can copy this chart. So what do you do if you just have a data table? You can and must contextualize this data with the plan. But how do you do it? So here you have your cable pulls. You can see that 69 here. Cable pulls each. You replicate with your last 6 reports backwards what your pace is. You can see your remaining budget, 7114. I know from this project that the relative completion date is June 19th, 2026. So you have what you need to get started. You go here, reset chart to your June 19th. You have the remaining budget, 7114. Unit of measure is each, chart title, cable pulls, and now you have your actuals. You don't have a profile to work off of, so we just have a fill flat button that gives you a rectangular distribution. Now you can see very quickly that you need to 4x your production just to meet your current plan. Again, input your email here. We'd love to talk with you or have one of our partners reach out and talk with you. It's extremely helpful for your decision making to have this framework in your pocket and to drive those conversations and hopefully catch these bow waves before they get out of hand.